Hey guys, welcome to the channel. It's your girl Money back with another video. And today guys, I'm gonna be reacting to the insanity of Accelerator. Also guys, I'm sorry I haven't been posting for a little while, but y'all know I don't post no videos on this channel. So y'all know we gonna post a video, we gonna post it right. And also y'all, sorry about my hair. The stuff up here fine, but I ain't got a perm in a little while, so you know what, it's starting, my hair's starting to get back a little frizzy, but you know what, we gonna work through it today. And I'm gonna start doing shout outs if I can, but let's get into this video before I start talking too much, because y'all know I do.
Characters. If you're an OG anime fan, you probably remember the days on the playground arguing whether or not this brawling beefcake can beat this one, or if your food looks like this or this instead of this, you were probably arguing how
that food look good though.
This guy can beat the entire anime universe using mythical zodiac magic. But a character that doesn't get brought up enough that could probably beat your favorite character is the man himself, Accelerator. Accelerator comes from the series A Certain Magical Index. For the purpose of this video, all you need to know about it is that the series features a science side and a magic side that both
Science side, magic side, got it.
Work as two sides of the same coin. Accelerator is an esper that comes from the science side, so
Okay, so Esper, so he's an Esper. Okay, I get it.
That being said, you would expect his powers to be more straightforward, rather than some mumbo-jumbo magic talk. Wrong. Accelerator has the power of vector transformation.
What in the world is vector? What in the world is a vector?
And after hearing those words, you may be asking, what the hell is that? Even though it's pretty much canon that anybody who watches Gua's video has 200 IQ, big brain, this stuff right here is some Evangelion thing.
I can't, I'm barely in algebra. I can barely understand algebra. Oof. A plus B equals R. I might even have to drop out of school.
Theory type shit. But simply put, a vector is anything with the quantities of direction and magnitude. Some examples are force, velocity, momentum, gravity.
Things accelerator can beat your butt with. Look at the top. Things accelerator can beat your butt with.
And way too many more to name. Accelerator has the power to influence and manipulate these vectors as long as he makes contact with them. Accelerator can do simple tasks like redirecting sound so he doesn't hear anything.
Oh, okay. So it's not just he can manipulate objects. He can manipulate sound since sound has momentum. Oh my god. I just made a huge discovery in vectors. He can manipulate our bodies because our bodies have vector in it, because he just explained some stuff that vectors mean or something. But our bodies have some stuff that he just magnitude and stuff. No. Momentum, yeah, our body has momentum, so he can manipulate our bodies. Oh man, I wouldn't want to mess with nobody who can do that. But I'm talking too much. Let's get into it.
To doing a little Lionel Messi step on the ground, constantly deems as hard. The ball out like a jet. Accelerator's ability is both passive and active. Passively, Accelerator creates a barrier around him that filters out vectors he subconsciously deems as harmful and non-essential. So things like bullets are reflected for him, even if he
Wait, bullets are reflected? That means if they're reflected, they'll go back to where the bullets came. Ooh, don't aim for the boy head. You're gonna get shot in the head.
Isn't consciously aware of them. The barrier even blocks out UV rays, and as a result, he doesn't need melanin since his powers act in place of it, which is the reason why he looks like some K-pop e-boy that can actually sing, by the way. When it comes to his offense, this man does some pretty wild shit, like shooting himself point blank in the head, then redirecting the bullet to his target, lifting and flinging whole ass buildings because he's throwing a tantrum, and making a damn spirit bomb out of plasma created from the air, head, then redirecting the bullet to his target.
Wait, how does that work? How does the bullet come from here to all the way over there? I don't understand that. If this is basic stuff in college, I might not even go. I don't know. I can't understand how A plus B equals R. What in the world? That's not even math. At least math I don't know of.
Lifting and flinging whole ass buildings because he's throwing a tantrum and making a damn spirit bomb out of plasma created from the air. And don't even get me started on when this boy grows magical black wings and starts chucking people out of the atmosphere. And
I thought you said he had vector manipulation. I didn't know he could grow wings out of his back and start taking people out of the doggone, like you said, atmosphere. I thought, see, he had vector manipulation. So how is he growing wings and taking people up there in space? I don't know.
all this stuff is just from the anime. I hear he does even crazier things in the light novel. So if you can't tell, Accelerator is pretty goddamn overpowered. Even his own series had to nerf his ass, but the only way being is with a bullet to the damn head. But if you've been paying attention, you're probably wondering, how is that even possible? Well, Accelerator's power works using calculations. In order to manipulate vectors, he takes into account their respective variables on top of outside forces like gravity or wind. So as long as he can calculate it, he can manipulate.
I can't do that. Compared to this man brain, my brain is pretty tiny. Half of the time, I only pass in my class because I pay attention to what the teacher's saying.
But for the most part, that's not a problem because Accelerator is big brain as fuck. The one instance where a bullet was able to harm him is because he was focused on, get this, reworking a person's brain. He didn't have the capacity to fully reflect the bullet, which in turn damaged his calculation, motor, and verbal functions. Basically, Accelerator was left role-playing as a vegetable.
Vegetable looking ass?
But this is Accelerator we're talking about. If you think for a second that a measly bullet is gonna stop my boy from being OP, you're greatly misinformed. My boy Accelerator came out the hospital with brand new drip, including a high-tech choker that makes him no longer zucchini on the platter and helps him out with his 1-2-3s. And I can't forget the walking stick that
I'm so stupid compared to this. I would never be able to understand this. Like, you put that in my face, I would be like, what the hell is this?
when he loses, he swaps out for a shotgun that he uses as a crutch. And then, yo, is that boy gun walking?
I'm strapped up, nigga, fuck a gun law. See me walking with a limp, that's my gun walk.
Isn't this before YouTube gods, please have mercy? That's funny. But isn't this supposed to be a kids show? He out got a gun, busted the ops. Like he busted. But why he not using his powers? Like what? Like I seen him like why he using he gonna explain it for me. I'm tiny brained right now. Like this got my brain twisted. Like I'm confused.
Of course, being overpowered is cool and everything, but what ends up selling Accelerator as a whole is his personality. And if you can't tell by his crazy ass laugh,
That just scared me for a second. What kind of kid show? Never mind. What kind of kid show is this?
is kind of nutty. A word I've used to describe characters in the past is sadistic, but Accelerator takes that word and runs with it. Whenever Accelerator appears on the screen, you might as well play that one song by Drowning Pool, cause bodies are hitting the floor. You would expect someone with crazy powers like him to have his most memorable moments be using them, but nah.
So he just gonna jump into a stranger's car and pull out a gun on him. He going to jail. But how they gonna take him though? They can't overpower him.
You might as well play that one song by Drowning Pool, cause bodies are hitting the floor. You would expect someone with crazy powers like him to have his most memorable moments be using them, but nah, Accelerator is actually out here busting the ops. He's also the only time I've seen a guy make the eye gal face. And on top of that, he might just be an activist with the way he's giving these shorties equal rights.
If you can get it, she can get it. If she can get it, you can get it. What up?
But you really get a sense of Accelerator's sadism when you learn about the experiments he took part in called the Level 6 Shift Project. In a certain magical index, Esper levels go from level 0 to level 5. A science group wanted to create the first level 6 Esper through Accelerator. Achieving this high never before seen level would only be possible using extreme measures. So in order for Accelerator to succeed in this experiment, he had to kill, count it with me now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 20,000 clones. And you really begin to see him as...
Wait a second. I thought we was at least gonna be counting to about probably about 10 before you start saying the real number. But no, he had to kill 20,000 of them things. I don't think I can muscle up the courage to kill. Who am I kidding?
saddest when you see some of the messed up ways he decides to kill the clones. You might as well have called the show 1,000 Ways to Die by Accelerator, just because of how creative this man was getting with the kills. One clone he killed by only using his fingers to reverse her blood flow and make her go pop. Another clone, he snapped their...
Wait a second. I told you he can manipulate our bodies. Don't mess with nobody who can make you go pop.
Just because of how creative this man was getting with the kills. One clone he killed by only using his fingers to reverse her blood flow and make her go pop. Another clone, he snapped their leg off like it was a wishbone, then threw that thing to the side like it was nothing. And just when you think that's enough, Accelerator says, nah, I'm not done, and throws a whole train on the ass. And then he casually starts talking to himself about going to the convenience store like he ain't just do some bull. Accelerator was wilding out.
Ooh. You couldn't have made her go pop. It would have been easier. Just throwing a train on her. Well, she was about to die anyway from loss of blood. Like if somebody's leg came off, they would die in about maybe 2 minutes tops because of the loss of blood that's coming from draining down. 2 minutes tops, it would take them to die. But that would be slow and painful. Like 2 minutes with that agony, it'll seem like years.
So much, even the characters in the show had to ask him, yo, Accelerator, why you bugging like this? And it turns out that being the strongest Esper just isn't enough for Accelerator. Accelerator always had the reputation of being the strongest, but his strength was never enough to completely intimidate people into avoiding him. Instead, it was the opposite, and people would try to test their strength against his. Accelerator has been pestered by thugs, scientists, and even military forces. He was out here fighting tanks as a kid. It got to the point where he began...
Who would waste their money on a tank just to see if the tank was stronger than a little boy? If it would have killed him, y'all would have had the whole world on y'all but about tank killing a child.
Began to wonder, what has being the strongest done for me? He was left with wanting something more than just titles like the strongest. What Accelerator truly wants is absolute power. Power so great that the very thought of going against him would be considered inconceivable. But of course, there's more to Accelerator than just this, so if you guys are interested in me making a...
I love you guys. Enjoyed this video. Remember to like, subscribe, and turn post notifications, and comment down below what was your favorite part of this video, and also comment what did you think of Accelerator. I think he's a crazy nutcase that's overpowered, a crazy OP insane person. But at the same time, I think you should watch the show. I only watched the certain magical index, but you know, I didn't really get to see much of Accelerator in that, so I really hope y'all watch it. But it's a good show. Bye, y'all. Peace.